It's not supposed to be there. Basically, so this is just an example of the leads that I've gotten using this method. So here is like going down through here is about what do you call it? Almost 400 leads or 320 leads approximately for just plumbers in North Carolina. And these are actually just leads of places within 50 kilometers of Charlotte and Raleigh in North Carolina. So these are just 2 searches. This is literally 2 searches for plumbers in this area. So don't even think this is a lot. Like this is literally 2 searches I did yesterday for plumbers in the area, and they returned me with 319 results. You know, it has the email, most of them I actually looked up, so you can do that and see exactly how many emails you actually get. But there's also filters in it. So this one's 171 emails. And yeah, with 171 emails, you know, that's a lot of emails that you can potentially reach out to. And if you follow my actual prospecting and you know, cold email campaign that I use to send these people, you know, cold emails and get them to start appointments with me, that's what all this is, right? This is my prospecting, and then in here is my actual reach out list, my email list. But don't steal my list, please. But basically, so yeah, I'm just going to show you guys exactly how I generate all these amounts. And oh yeah, and I did it for cosmetic dentists too. I haven't actually gone in and prospected any of these guys because plumbers are the easiest to get right now, especially for like my business and stuff like that. So plumbers, plastic surgeons, personal injury lawyers, which pay a lot of money, by the way. So I'm going to go to these guys next. Home remodeling, and then there's a couple more industries that have very high lifetime values for each of their customers that I'm going to start targeting too. And actually today I'm going to be going through probably immigration lawyers, roofers, home security, electricians, and pool installation people. So without further ado, let's get right into the D7 Lead Finder. Okay guys, so this is D7 Lead Finder. I'm not currently logged in, but I will. Oh, there we go. I'm logged in. Perfect. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. But as you can see yesterday, here are some of my recent searches. I'm sorry if this is a little bit small, guys. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. I have a big screen, so it probably is going to show up as a little bit small. But yeah, just bear with me, please. And basically, so let's just get this started. So I said I wanted to find roofers in, you know, my state. My state's North Carolina. So that being said, oops, this is Ahrefs. So let me just close this tab real quick. What we can do is with D7 leads, we can put in roofing companies. And actually, you know, this isn't a better way to do it. So basically, because you only get when you're paying $25 a month, I'm paying for the full package, but when you're paying $25 a month, you can only search a certain amount per day. And so with only 15 searches per day, I think it is, with 25 searches a month, you want to make sure you use those correctly. Now, you can get those refreshed in case like you accidentally mess up. The guys who actually run this thing in the support section, these guys right here are extremely nice. Like this guy right here, Paul, he helped me out a lot yesterday. Very quick response time. It was like 5 minutes. And basically, he'll give you, or whoever the person is will normally give you a refresh if you accidentally screw it up. So don't worry about that too much. And like I said, 15 searches. For 15 searches, this is actually all of these leads. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. All of those came from approximately, I think it was maybe 12 searches. So believe me, 15 searches is plenty. And there's a lot of stuff you can do with that many searches. But that being said, let's hop right into it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to figure out what you're looking for. So let's say you decided that the people you're going to be targeting is roofers. That's what we're going to do for this video. So roofers are who we're going to be targeting. So let's hop right in here. And so like I said, roofing companies is basically the equivalent of it. But I use Ahrefs, right? So let me just go into Ahrefs real quick. And what we can do is we can go to Keywords Explorer. And you don't have to do this. You can also just do this by Google searching. I'll do it in both ways just to show you how to do it. But essentially, the first thing I want to do, just so I make sure I got the right keyword, is look up roofing companies. And then when you search up whatever the industry is, like roofing companies, for example, you know, this is what it is. And then it'll show you the parent topic. So roofing contractors. So basically what this means is that this is the keyword you want to search for. You can search for roofing contractors, roofing companies near me, local roofing companies, and stuff like this. So this is the sort of thing you want to look for. I really didn't know what I wanted to be looking for. Like, I didn't know if I should look up just roofing in whatever city or if I should look up roofing companies in whatever city. But now after looking at this, you can actually tell that most likely the best thing to be doing would be just roofing companies, roofing contractors, stuff like this. And this just shows you like the links and stuff like that. That's actually something that we use in the next video. But let's just keep this going for now. So roofing. Let's just see if this does anything. So roofing, let's see what the parent topic is, and if it's underneath, so the parent topic is this, and there's roofing contractors. Yeah, so roofing contractors, roofing companies, all good too. So we're gonna try both. We're gonna try both roofing contractors and roofing. We're gonna try roofing, roofing contractors, and roofing companies. See which one returns the most results. And in all, if we do this in the 2 cities I'm targeting, which are Charlotte and Raleigh in North Carolina, then what should happen is we'll use 6 searches, and in those 6 searches, we'll find all of the roofing contractors, roofing companies, and roofing, basically in just those 6 searches, and that'll probably return us. I don't know how many what the average, city density of roofers are. There's a lot of plumbers in a lot of cities, but I'm not sure what this will return. But we can try it out, and because it's such a good industry, it shouldn't be too difficult just to go in and test it, because it's, like I said, if you get a refresh of 15 every single day, if you're on a small package for $25 a month, and that's plenty. So like I said, let's get right into it. I like to start broad, because if you start broad, basically what happens is by starting broad, you give yourself the highest opportunities for success with the first keyword. So you can do roofing, and I'm going to do Charlotte, NC. So basically, I like doing the actual name of the state next to a big city, because for some reason it just returns a lot more results. Like yesterday, I had a problem where when I looked up I looked up plumbers, and then I did Charlotte without an NC, it returned me like 3 results. So I don't know why that is, but so just as a rule of thumb, if you have a big city you're targeting, just put the state 2-letter code behind it. It'll make it a lot easier. And yes, like as you can see over here, I did it for almost all of them. I live in Kill Devil Hills. So these are just towns like basically around me. So these are all just, little searches that I did, and most of them have the NC, you know what I mean? And to be honest, I live in a pretty small town, so there's not many plumbers where I live, and so this thing didn't really have any leads for my exact location, but that's fine, because what ends up happening is I can search for a vicinity of my location by searching up, the big part of it, which is the Outer Banks, and it'll bring up all the leads I want in the world. So like I said, let's just get right into this. Roofing, Charlotte, NC. Get lead data. So it's going to fetch results real quick, and basically it's going to take a second to go. So normally it takes about 60 seconds per search, and they process a lot of external pages. So in the time that takes, I'm just going to basically walk you guys through some of my other leads. So basically what this is just a bunch of leads that I've gotten through this exact method. So basically you can see every once in a while, probably about half of them, I'd say a little bit more than half of them have an email attached to them. We can actually see. So there's a total of 318 minus the, number 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to search for @, and by searching for @, that will show us how many of them actually have emails. So there's 171 out of the 318 here actually have emails attached to them. So that's cool, because what that means is that we can contact 171 of these people. So with 2 searches, I have 171 potential people that I'm going to prospect, and these are the ones that I've already prospected. So the ones that are red, what that means is that basically these are definitely not going to be good fits. What this means is I actually this is how I like to do it. So this one right here, it says plumbers. Plumbers is the industry. That's what these are. Plumbers, cosmetic dentists, plastic surgeons, personal injury lawyer, home remodeling, etc. And basically, so what these red marks are. So when this is highlighted red, I just do that by going in here and clicking whatever it may be. When this is highlighted red, that means that these guys are definitely not good fits. I'm not going to try to cold call them with their phone number. I'm not going to try to, go to their website and scrape it or anything like that, just to make sure I didn't miss the email. What I'm going to do is when these guys are, bad fits, you just highlight them red and then just forget about it. Not very many are bad fits, as you can see. Out of the first 50 results that I did, only 5 of them are bad fits. So, maybe about 10% are bad fits, which is pretty damn good, especially when you're paying $25 a month for this shit. So it's less than $1 a day to get hundreds of leads. So essentially, as you can see, basically the red, that means that they're not a good fit. I'm never going to reach out to them. That's it. That's the end of the conversation for me. The orange, this means that they're not in the same industry. So I thought that they were going to be a plumber. So as you can see, plumber is what the name of this entire thing is. This is supposed to be plumbers. But basically, if I go to this guy's website, I guess I can just click on it. It just doesn't open in the same tab. But if it'll load up real quick, this guy is a pipe supply company. So essentially, he doesn't really need my SEO services he definitely doesn't need plumber SEO services. He needs, pipe supply SEO services. So I'm not going to target this guy because he's just not the same industry. So right now I have him as orange because I might come back to him later. That's what the orange means. And then yellow, that just means that they don't have an email. That means that I went into their website. So these guys, I went into their website and they don't have an email because like it shows that they don't have an email, right? But every once in a while, I'd say probably about 10% of the time they actually do have an email. It just didn't find it right because it was in a weird font or something like that. But so you want to go through all of these extra ones just to make sure you find something. Because some of the biggest ones here, like these guys right here, are really, really good, like a perfect client. And I prospected these guys. I'm going to reach out to these guys, send a personalized email to these guys, and hopefully I can get these guys an appointment because these guys really need the service and they're really good potential clients. But these guys didn't have an email essentially. So when I first looked it up, these guys didn't have an email. So if I hadn't actually gone into this thing and tried to find an email in this guy's form, then I wouldn't have found this because this wasn't there. Since this is a link, it's a direct link. It didn't show up in the scraper for some reason. So I had to go into this thing, find it personally, put it back in here, and then once I put that in, I prospected the rest of them, and he's a very good client. Or she, I don't really know yet. Price Brothers, they're a very good client if I can get them to work with us. So let's go back to this thing. This thing's been done for a while now, but let's see. So let's just see how many results it came. That is a lot of roofing companies, 236 in Charlotte. So these are all 236, and as you can see, I'd say probably about 50% of them have emails. So that's 110 emails, maybe more than that. We'll actually see when we export this thing. And that's all emails from places within 50 kilometers of Charlotte, of the city of Charlotte. So there's New London, Matthews, North Carolina, Rock Hill, Fort Mill, Concord, Statesville, etc. And basically, these are the guys that you want to target. These guys, I'm going to go through and I'm going to send emails to all these guys at some point. And I'm actually going to show you guys how I do my emails in my next video if you guys want to see that, because it is quite a personalized process, and I get open rates of like around 80% and response rates of anywhere from 5 to 10%. So the fact that I'm sending out anywhere from 10 to 30 emails a day and I'm getting a response rate of 10%, I'm getting multiple responses a day, and those responses normally lead into appointments. So I'm probably getting 1 or 2 appointments a day just from this method. And I'm going to start outsourcing. So I'm going to start outsourcing people to, prospect and then go add them to the email list. And then once I add it to the email list, they actually send in the emails, personalized and all that stuff. And essentially, what ends up happening is you get a lot of leads really quickly and you get to get a lot of appointments really quickly. And so, like I said, so what we're going to do is we're going to export this as an Excel file. Right here, you have the option to export all of these as an Excel file. And basically what that means is you click that. It downloads this, so I'm going to go back into Drive. Oh, there's nothing weird on here. Okay, cool. We're just in the thing. So we're going to go to my Drive, go to leads, and then basically I have my leads, and then I have the raw Excel list. So I have all these. These are a bunch of the searches that I have that I exported. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this, drag it in here, and then once it's in here, we're just going to click on it. And that's going to open up all of this. So it's going to have all this information and all this information that you need. So I'm just going to highlight up to this point because after that it's just extended and pro only. So I'm just going to go down this list until I get to the very end. So there I am at 237, as you can see right here. You probably can't see because it's pretty small little thing. But basically I just press Control C on all of these things, including the top row, because I'm going to freeze the top row in this thing. But I go back to my lead list after doing that. I go to, what was it? It was roofers. So roofers, I'll just click on this first one, right click, and then press paste. And it's gonna install everything. So it's gonna go in here, and so that's 138 emails out of that 237 things. So that's a lot. So that's more than 50% actually have emails, which is great because what ends up happening is I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna cold call the guys that don't have it. I'm gonna get somebody to cold call them for me. So it's no worries that they don't have emails. The real thing you have to worry about is just the website's not working, but there's a bunch of easy ways to figure out whether or not the website works, and I do that with Ahrefs, but I'll show you guys that in a different video. So I just bold this stuff, and then what I do is, while this is highlighted, I press View and Freeze, and then I do one row, and then so that way what happens is when you scroll down, you can still see all this other stuff. And so basically I'm just going to extend the business name, make it a little bit easier to see. I'm going to extend the email, extend the website, and then address. I like to extend that a little bit, but it's not a big deal. And there's the city right there, zip. All that other stuff is sort of irrelevant because all these links are just links to their social profiles, which aren't really important for my prospecting, so it's not a big deal to me. But basically, so now that I've gotten all these leads just from Charlotte, NC, or places within 50 kilometers of Charlotte, NC, I can go in and I'm going to be able to prospect each and every one of these guys to make sure that they are good fits for my company. And then the ones that are good fits, I'm going to add them to what I call my email list. And this is just a bunch of plumbers that I have that I'm going to reach out to. And these guys are all great prospects. I've made sure that I go through my process, make sure they're all good. And then I'm going to reach out to them and make sure that I can make sure that they want to, get an audit from me. And then once they got an audit from me, I'm going to sell them my services. So yeah, that's basically, a little overview of my strategy. And until then, I'm going to show you guys how I do that and how I do it really efficiently. But yeah, this is essentially what it is. I'll do it one more time just to make sure that you guys understand the concept of it. And I'll do another one for roofing, but I'll do it in Charlotte this time. So new search. So we're going to do roof. What was the last? Actually, let's just go to dashboard so we can see the last search. I don't remember what I actually searched up. I searched up roofing. Okay, cool. So roofing, keyword. And then the city name is Raleigh. No, it'll pop up Raleigh, and then I just do space NC. And then get lead data. It's going to wait a little bit. And then once all that's done, I'm just going to download the Excel sheet, stick it underneath this stuff. And then basically, like I said, it shows you the city. It shows you the city of most of these. And then once you, paste it in, you're set. It's not a really big problem. And for the ones that don't show the city, normally what happens is they'll show you the city in this. So it's just like a little bit of an error. But as you can see, this one has Charlotte. This one's Fort Mill. This one's Pineville. These are just a little bit of errors, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. You can't blame them. They're charging you $25 a month and you're getting all of this data. So the most important stuff is the email. The email and the website, two most important things. And then after that, business name and telephone number. But the two most important things are the email and website because that means you can reach out to them. And so like I said, let's see if this is still going. There we go. So these are all the roofing companies in Raleigh. So 214. Jesus, there are a lot of roofing companies, dude. More than I thought. So basically, I'm just going to export these guys, put them in here, go to my drive, back out to the Excel lists. Drop this in here. It's going to load up down here. Click on it. And then I'm just going to, since this time I already got the top part, I don't need to actually go in and highlight the top part. But what I will do is I'm just going to highlight everything down here until there's no more left. So 215 results. Copy. Scroll down to the bottom of this. Same thing as last time. Click on this one in the top left. And then boom. Paste it. Perfect. So now I just scroll down, has everything there, and it's perfect. I mean, that's all I need. That's literally everything. And then so now, this is almost 500 leads. If I do Control F and then I do the @ symbol, I have 267 with emails, which is 267 is how many I can actually contact, which is great. That's a lot of emails. So yeah, that's pretty damn good. And yeah, this is literally, as you can see, I don't know how long I've been on this video for, probably like maybe 20 minutes now. Sorry about the extended video, guys, but I just wanted to show you guys this because really it is incredibly powerful. And if you're going to be doing any sort of cold email, which is a lot more efficient than cold calling, that's a hell of a thing. This is the best way to do it. But if you're not doing cold email, you can also just do, You can also just do cold calling through this because look, it has the business name, it has the telephone number, it has the address, it has all that stuff that you might need for cold calling. So like I said, with my other sheet, so I'm just going to go back to plumbers. As you can see, the ones that are yellow, I'm going to cold call. That's what the yellow means. So red means bad fit. Orange means not in the same industry. Yellow means I'm going to cold call them because they didn't have email. And then green, that means that they're good fits, and I put them in my email list already. And then in the email list, I'm going to go through and I'm going to send emails to all of these guys personally. And I'll show you guys exactly how I do that at some point too. But right now, this is all I'm going to show you guys for today, and you guys can tune back in, whenever to see the next video. I don't know what it's going to be called, but I'll definitely link in the description as soon as that comes out, because this is, like I said, my first video. So if you guys thought this was good value or whatever, just let me know in the comment section below. And actually, I want to know if you guys are actually thinking about doing this, because if you guys are thinking about doing this, please let me know in the comment section below. I promise if you comment, I will respond. I'll tell you guys exactly my thoughts on what you're doing. If you have any problems, you can comment and I'll respond as fast